Hey guys, and let me just ask how your week is going. Great, I hope. Alright, so today's vlog is going to be a review of the Netflix original 13 Reasons Why. Now, hopefully you guys have seen it. If not, I will highly recommend this movie because actually it's not even it's a series. It's not a movie. It's actually a series, more put you in the mind frame of just like a television show. It has 13 episodes, and I think most people binge watched it like I did. I think I watched like 6-7 episodes one day and could go to sleep and end up watching the rest of them. But basically it's about a girl named Hannah who goes through a series of things, and she records 13 tapes, audio tapes. So it's a throwback for some of you guys that used to record tapes like I did on my little jam box. But she records 13 reasons why she committed suicide. And so it actually begins with I guess her just recently, actually my husband and I was actually talking about it. It really doesn't give you more of a time, and I may actually go back and look at it, but when it starts is she just recently had committed suicide, so it was really fresh. And so she recorded 13 tapes of basically 13 incidents that led up to her committing suicide. Now, this movie's definitely really touching anybody who's ever dealt with someone close to them or someone that they know that's committed suicide. We know that when people commit suicide, you rarely get any closure. You're always like, well, why did they feel like that's what they needed to do? That was gonna make them happy, or that no one loved them enough that we didn't want them here. So this movie may open up a lot of wounds for a lot of people, and even through the things that she went through as a high schooler, even some college people, it's very touching. It's very emotional. So my review of it, like I said, is it's really a good movie series. I don't know why I keep thinking of a movie, but it's actually a really good series. It's actually found out it's a book. So it's a book that they made into a series, and I really recommend you watch it. I really recommend high schoolers, like 11 or 12 graders, watch it. It definitely has some really raunchy parts, but I mean, it's real. It's just getting to the real things that happen to her. I do not want to give it away, but it definitely, like I said, it opens up a lot of wounds. As to, it talks about bullying, of course. It talks about sexual assault. It talks about when you felt like giving up, not having anyone that you can go to. So that's something that I know a lot of people are dealing with. That's, you think about being depressed, and one of the things that I would ask you guys is to think about what does a depressed person look like. We think about a person that's down and gloom, and but depression it can look like anybody, and it's really, it's one of those things. Of course, depression leads to people committing suicide, but amongst other things. But at the end of the day, I feel like this young lady was depressed, and she held it in, really well on the outside to people who really didn't know her. And I think that she, and one of the most powerful things that she actually does say on the show is that she cared a lot about what people thought. Even though she projected outward that she didn't, she really cared about what people thought. So she cared about fitting in, and those things we don't think about. And I think that, you talk about bullying takes on so many different faces. If you even just read the definition of bullying, everybody is guilty of bullying. If you read the definition of bullying that's out, and this is one of those things where it may be intentional, it may not be intentional, but at the same time, if you feel like someone has wronged you, which is the 13 tapes, so each tape is about a person, and actually I think several people may be mentioned in more than one tape, but each tape has a focus. And so the tapes circulate through the people that impacted her and made her reach this ultimate decision, and then what those people do as they know the tapes are out and everything else. So like I said, it's really, really good, really, really impactful. I know it's gonna be another one, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm actually going to read the book as well, so in the next couple of weeks, that is on my to-do list. But it really just touched some things with me. One, you can't care what people say, and I know that we do. You know, when you feel like you really looking nice and you got a certain hairstyle or something is going on, you want people to notice. Well, unfortunately, other people have lives as well, and people don't always notice that you have something going on, or that you may not be yourself. Okay? And then sometimes people have ulterior motives. Well, one of the things in the show was, she was initially accused of doing something that she didn't do, and it was totally taken the wrong way. And of course, being the age of, you know, phones and social media, they sort of, you know, they use that to bully her. So it was more of like a cyberbullying thing. But again, instead of her talking to her parents about it, people who are definitely going to help you, your parents, talking to people at school about it, she sort of swept everything under the rug, which I would never blame a person. But as I was just telling my husband, in a situation like that, and you guys will know if you watch it or if you're going to watch it, there's always blame to go around. You know, we can always say, well, she didn't get help, or they weren't perceptive to help her, or, you know, her parents should have known. But once you see the interaction, you see that I don't really know if she wanted help or not. You know, it's really difficult. You know, she says she wanted help, but again, we have to understand that sometimes if your actions and your words don't match, people get mixed signals, and then the person doesn't get help. So we really have to understand that we have to talk to our kids about, if someone's bullying you, they need to let you know. They need to, if they don't feel comfortable telling the teacher, which is what I've always told my kids, you always can tell me and my husband, because at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that it's taken care of, and I'm not going to allow, you know, another kid to bully my kid or whatever. Because my thing is, you have your own opinion, keep your opinion to yourself. You don't have to be someone's friend. So why are you making it your business to say negative things to someone? That's not, to me, that's not acceptable. And as an educator, I would not allow a student to bully another student, to make any type of statement towards that student. If it's not about what we're working on, if it's not about the work, then you don't have anything to say to another student about it. And so those are just some things that I have. But definitely I give 13 reasons why Netflix original. So if you don't have Netflix, you probably need to think about it. Give it a thumbs up. Definitely look at it. You know, tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you thought about it. We might need to have some dialogue. We don't want to give too much away though. We don't have to give too much away. But we definitely want to, you know, continue just to be aware of how people, I think at the end of the day, the movie is basically saying that we just all need to be aware of each other and how we might affect another person, whether we think we're affecting them or not. Every single person that you come in contact with, especially on a regular basis, will be impacted by you. And you know, and it's one of those things, whether you expect it to or not, it's going to happen. So that's one of those things where, even when you're not feeling your best, and I know that's something that I try to do, I speak to every single person, every student, every coworker, even people I see in the street. When I'm taking my kids to school, I'm speaking to people, because they good morning, they how you doing. Those things, they may not get anywhere else, and you may just be that one bright spot in the day for that person. So, you know, always think about that. Think about how that person who would just really think about when you received their really great customer service. What did that person do that the next person does? Did they have a smile on their face? Were they really inviting? Did they seem like they were just in a good mood? Did they seem like they was just, you know, in that moment that you were just that focused? I mean, that's just how you have to be sometimes. And sometimes it may be a bit much, because, hey, I know my energy level is not the best some days, but I do understand that I guess, again, being in education, I just understand that you might be that bright spot, the only bright spot that student gets, that teacher gets that day. And I know sometimes when we're in a situation where everyone around you is sort of gloomy, it rubs off, you know. And so we have to try to, you know, keep that negative energy off of us. And the best way to do it is try to project positive energy from ourselves onto other people. So if you guys can take anything else out of this video, out of this vlog, please watch 13 Reasons Why. Definitely understand the impact of suicide, the impact of bullying on our society, and how important it is that if you feel in any kind of way that you seek help, because that's what's most important. Is you are important. If nobody told you that, you are important. But that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. And I had been wanting to do it for a couple of days, and I finally was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it because it just needs to be done. Things need to be said, and we just need to learn to be together and work together in this small place that we have on planet Earth. So thank you guys for watching yet another vlog. I'm gonna get this uploaded, and you guys continue to make it a great week.